things. All right. Hello. I'm going to come closer. Have you come closer to me? Well, it's been a couple of whirlwind days. I am still, as you can see, I am still battling this stuff, but I am going to the doctor's this afternoon. So good morning, Denise and Sherry and Michelle. I've been up since 5. I couldn't remember what time your show was. Are you feeling better? I hope so. My arthritis has been buggier since Monday. Well, we had rain all day, like last night, which is good because we terribly needed it. And that's where we're at. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Rita. Let's see. We have Linda. Good morning. And that's what I have here. Happy mail from Linda. I'm glad not the only one who wakes up at weird hours. Hello, Norma and Joyce. I woke up generally every 2 to 4. So, good morning, Aranda. I'm going through Lisa. I will be lurking, no problem. So you'll not be tempted. I totally understand that. So we had, hi, Helen. How are you? Pat's here too. Muriel, Dawn. We have a big group. My mom, who's having breakfast in the other room. You can come in here, Mom. You don't have to be banished in the other room. The only thing is you can't bring your phone in with me on because it'll give me an echo. This is too funny. Good morning, E-Marie. So, do you hear her back feed? If not, if you do, I will close the door. So, I did no sewing yesterday. There was no sewing happening yesterday. It was a day with lots of family visits. Hi, Rebel. We had well, you could come over here. Yeah, I can't see you over there. Oh, eat fast. Okay.
Hi, everyone.
There's Mom. Yes, you should have round the clock chat going on the way. We all don't sleep. I know. So we had a lot of people yesterday in and out. So we did some errands that needed to be run for stuff. And I'm still dealing with this eyeglass nonsense. If you can believe it, I'm still dealing with the eyeglass nonsense. Because even though it's my prescription, I know that this is the right prescription for me. I have progressives and I get I used to get the regular traditional progressives, but now I have the progressives that go way wider because of my conditions. And I noticed that this isn't really going wide. It's like the original. So yes, they got it wrong. So they're being made a third time yesterday. I'm losing my mind with them right now. So yes, yes, she's leaving. She has an appointment first thing this morning. So, oh wow. Your mom, they're saying, well, you could see the comments. I don't know if you could see the comments. She might be on to something else. Oh, thank you. So I dealt with this yesterday. And so they reordered them, and they're going to be different glasses than this. Because I've been having an issue with these glasses, and I've told them already once, besides the frame in there. I've got to close that because it's driving me nuts. I can't hear a thing. She's on YouTube on another channel, and it's driving me nuts hearing the background. Hi, Yesenia. So we're even going to get new frames because these keep slipping down, and they keep slipping down. And I told them before they remade them that I should probably pick another frame because these keep going down. And the lady insisted it was because that someone didn't put them right to my face. And so that she was ordering them in this, even though I have the right to change 100 days to change my frames as many times as I want, according to them. And I've never done this, never had any problems with these people. And so I said to like, well, they still go down. But the funny thing is, I said to her, you have my right prescription. But when they go down like this, it's actually like, I could actually see where the progressives are working. And so when the lady took my measurements, she's like, yeah, you don't have the right, I guess, the way they're supposed to put them in. And then when she looked at these, she says, yeah, she says, your glasses are very heavy. And I have the lightest and thinnest lenses, or else my lenses would be like this thick. And she says, but even with the lights, and it's too heavy for the front. So therefore, no matter what we do, this is not going to stay. So I did pick a different pair with thicker bands, which is like the one I had prior to these glasses. But when I was picking these glasses, they insisted that these were the ones that look good on me. It was just, oh my gosh. So yeah, so in 7 to 14 days, I will have new reading glasses, my sunglasses, and I should have this finally fixed. Hopefully they get that progressive in correctly, because it's not incorrectly now. I just keep messing with them. Like I go like this, and then, I get into a right spot, and then I can do it. And this morning I have 46 people on. Well, thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind giving me the thumbs up. So that was the glass debacle. I saw my son yesterday. My son came with his partner yesterday, and we had, then my aunt came. Everybody came to kind of see my mom. And we had it done a charcuterie. And so we did like a charcuterie board and everything. And we had that out because when I did the whole eyeglass situation, she got the groceries. And so we had all kinds of charcuterie. And then everybody brought something, to share. And then my other son came, and later on, after playing horseshoes, they were having some kind of horseshoes tournament. Boys in their 20s out in the mountain, they play their horseshoes and cornhole. So, cornhole's over the summer and horseshoes is like during the fall. So he came from horseshoes with his girlfriend, and then my son and his friend brought 3 games, because we love, this is a family that loves to play games. And I don't mean computer games. I mean good old-fashioned board games and card games and whatnot. And I should have brought it up. It is the funniest game. We had such a blast. Two of the games he bought, he was thinking I could use with you all. They're just fun party games, clean, fun party games. And that I could play with you all. But we played one last night called This Escalated Quickly. And then the other one was a chicken game. And it was like a dice game, but chicken based. And there was chickens and foxes and eggs, and you hatch chicken. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. So we did that. Lens Crafters doesn't listen. They are literally, yeah, well, this is, I don't even want to say who this is, but it's really not great. And I've used them for, I don't know, 20 years. I don't know, and never had a problem. Yes, Michelle, that's so funny you say that. We play board games and Mexican domino train games. So I pulled that out. They go, wait, what? What kind of dominoes? What did you say? I said, well, they're not Puerto Rican dominoes, because in Puerto Rico, dominoes is a big thing. But it isn't Puerto Rican dominoes. It's the Mexican train domino game. But it was like, nah, we're playing the new games. Yes, he did. He brought games for you peeps as well. So it was a fun night. The only thing is we missed my daughter because she was so far away. But we had a fun night last night. So Kenosha, right? Kenosha. Remember, I received this in my fabric box. So remember, I had the red, white, and blue strips, and I went ahead. What did I do? Oh, I didn't show you that quilt. Let me show you. Wait a second. Did I sew in the I'm trying to think, did I sew in the morning? I might have sewed yesterday morning for maybe half hour. I did not show you this. Okay, so from the red, white, and blue strips, I finished the quilt. This is from Jamie's pattern. And I'm going to have to do this better another day. But, oh yes, Pat, now you're going to see what you're going to get. So, we have, it needed some more. And I had a piece of this which was just enough for this. It was a good way for me to use it. I hope it's not strange for you, Pat. I asked everyone. Everyone's like, no, they love it. So I was like, okay. So here it is. So this was the border I added to the top. And then we have the blocks is set. So it is just the solid block, the one with the stripes. So if you want to make this quilt in any color, you could make it in red, white, and blue and send it to Pat. She'll always take them. This is Jamie from the Quilting Compound. This is her jelly roll. And I haven't taken a picture of it. I need to take a picture of it and put it on a post. I'll do that today. Because today everybody is leaving and I'm staying home until my doctor's appointment. Now, Pat and everyone on here, I've been talking about this quilt. So I made this quilt on Donnell Stitchery. So if you don't know who Donnell Stitchery is, she's another channel. Go over there. Hi, Katie. And we did a live together. I just don't have lives to do lives together. I really need to get my act together with other content creators. And I was going to keep this for myself in memory of my dad. And that's what I had said on the thing. But then I got thinking that it's been sitting in a bucket now for 2 years. Okay. So I think it's time that someone else love it. And hopefully a female veteran will love this. But it's up to you who gets it. I saw Jamie doing that nice pattern. Yes, and it went by really quick. So this also was short, the size. So what I did was I had these little ribbons looking things, and I went ahead and used this. This is all the way around, but this is the quilt. It's a panel quilt. I designed it. I couldn't tell you what I did. I was playing with charms and panel pieces and half square triangles. So what I did was basically took the panel and just decided how many charms I needed to go and then cut as I went. So this was designed as I was going along. And then I put like sawtooth stars on there. And I'm going to take a picture and then then this way you could see the whole thing. But this has Pioneer Woman. It was red, white, and blue fabric at that time. It has a charm pack that was gifted to me at the time that was red, white, and blue. This says USA, I think. Okay, I'm going to have to go like this. I have to be the quilt ghost. Don't mind me. I have a barn. I have this. And that. So what I used is a panel, this charm pack that has all the states on there that was gifted to me, and then a fat quarter bundle of this Pioneer Woman. Oh, but then I had this was part of some Jolly bars I had too. From Mimic and Simpson, I think. So yeah, so this is going to go to you as well, Pat. I had help and I found the top. I knew I had the top and I just had never, but I found it. So that's going to you. So instead of getting 2, Pat, you're going to get now 3, but that's it for now. Oh, that is so cute for the lady veteran. Yes. So hello, Jennifer. I found some misc blocks of potato chip blocks. Hi, Melanie. And then another peep that's on here who has a channel all the time is Teresa. And she and Katie and a whole bunch have been doing their pattern for Jelly Roll Day, which is a potato chip. If you're here, you could let me know if someone knows what I'm talking about. It's a potato chip block, and it's like a star in the center. It's super cute. I really would love to do that. And if you don't know, go and check that out. I'll find that and try to link that today. Oh my God, that quilt is really nice. I loved it, and I wanted it for myself, but I don't need it for myself. I think it's deserving to go to someone else. Power tools will know of several female vets if you don't know any. Well, Michelle, I send mine to Pat Vizino. I hope I said your last name right. Which is part of Quilts of Valor in Michigan, and she takes care of that for me. Anna, good morning. We gave a lady vet one of your quilts, and she has been nominating a bunch of female vets. She has been wonderful. Well, that's great. I have a friend, she's a vet. Oh, yes. So that's going to go your way. So anyway, going back to this, I was sent the fat quarters I showed you as a happy mail. And so actually, I thought there was 8, and there is 8, but a lot of them were background color. And so I had to pull out of the stash and come up with some ingenious ideas. So these are all the ones made out of the fat quarters that I had right here. So that's the block. This, so I wish I could remember. And so again, this was that flag connecting threads kit that was sent to me, and I repurposed the fabric. So those are the blue. So there were 3 fat quarters I could use, 3 fat quarters and 2 red fat quarters, and then 3 white fat quarters. So the white fat quarters went in here, and we had the red. So there was only 2. So these were the 2. So that's block, what are they calling this? They're calling that block A. So this is the block A. Block B. So I used every stitch of fabric for the block A that I had. So I had to now go into stash. Remember, I had these piles that I bought from that one place, and I went in and I found just some blue from my stash of scraps I pulled out. And so I am adding that and this goldish and this that I had. And what I'm going to do here is block B is using this, and we go ahead, and I got to cut the white. So I'm going to cut, I have those fat quarters still. So I'm going to cut the white, and then this will be out. So I'm going to work on this part today. That's what I'm going to work on today, is doing block B. So you'll see block B, and then that will be going your way too, Pat. So you will have 3 once I'm done. Michelle, please nominate her. I just love her quilt. I've been working on my friendship block. That's what it's called. Friendship block. I need a pattern for your quilt. Which one? Not Jamie's. The other one? The one with the maybe I have a huge stash of this. I do have a huge stash of these patriotic charms. Maybe we can recreate it. I don't know. What I did is I just took the panel and cut the panel once I put, like, I think I did 5. I don't know. I have to take it apart. Please nominate her. Michelle, please nominate. I get any vet nominations through the USA. Just message me and I can tell you what I need. Yes, I do like that friendship block. If outside of my area, I can help you get it to the Quilt of Valor system, and it will go to the chapter in the veterans area. I love your Pioneer Woman fabric. We also look for sewers of quilt tops from anywhere in the nation too. Thanks, Leona, for helping the veterans, and it's really good to know. So here we go. So we have this from one of our morning peeps, and we are going to go ahead and carefully open this. And let's see. It says enjoy. Linda says enjoy. I will always enjoy. You know that. So we have some beautiful flannel. Look at that. And we have some other. Look at that. Isn't that cute? We have some scrap pieces. And then, oh, what is going on here? I think I know what this is. Sorry. I've wanted this fabric for a long time. I have been eyeing and spying this fabric for a long time. I don't even know if I've mentioned it. So Jennifer Long, I love Jennifer Long, and I love her like storybook fabric, and I bought some, but I never had any of the Little Red Riding Hood. I don't even know if I've ever said that I wanted this on here. So, you know, she's part of Sew a Story, and I absolutely love the Little Red Riding Hood one. And I said, but at that time, I just can't buy everything. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. What is it? To Grandma's house we go, or something like that? Yes, to Grandma's house. I've actually been really wanting the, oh my goodness, look at that. I haven't really seen it. I just love all her storybook stuff. Look at that. Is that not precious? This looks like a 3 1-yard bundle. And then it says here, Little Red Riding Hood, once upon a time, fairy tale, to Grandma's house we go, beware of the wolf and stay on path. This is the way through the woods. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I love it. And then, this is beautiful. This is 2 yards. She has it written on here. Of 108. How fun is this? Oh my goodness, I love vintage. Oh, this is so much fun. Well, if I had this in Puerto Rico, they would all be snatching this up. They have something with VWs. Look at this VW van. This is so much fun. Oh, this will be very fun on the back of a Christmas quilt. Look at this. Look at this. Is that not cute? I don't know what this is. This is fabulous. I love it. And then it says Happy Holidays. Okay, I've got to see who this is. This is great. I've never seen this. I love this. Christmas is in Town. Oh, by Sandy Gervais. I like Sandy Gervais. Or am I saying her name right? Gervais. Christmas is in Town. I love it. I've never seen it. This, I don't want to get it caught on anything. This is a pleasant surprise. Thank you so much. Having too much fun here. I'm having too much fun. Oh my goodness. This is funny. I'm getting all kinds of thoughts in my head right now. Because I don't know, something about all these colors looking really nice. I feel like I could somehow make a Christmas quilt with this back. And Grandma's house we go, because you would go to Grandma's house during Christmas time. I mean, right? You would definitely go to Grandma's house during Christmas time. Love that. The backing is perfect for Christmas. What a wonderful, yes, you need little granddaughters. So cute. Yes, storybook lady. It's about time you have some fun. I will. And then, oh, this is flannel. I can feel it. 2 yards. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. Look at this. Horses. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, well, well. Thank you, Linda. That was a surprise indeed. Well, thank you so much. I am getting very inspired right now by this right here. Right here. I don't know. This is just, I'm loving all of this together. Because like they were in the forest and we're in the forest here. I just need to add some reds. I'm loving this. Thank you so much. I have to now figure something out because this is good when I'm laying on the couch relaxing to like have my mind go. See, I go like this because that's what I am. I'm crazy. I'm crazy always thinking about what I could do next. I'm drooling over that. Me too. Spittle is coming out the side. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I know. Hi, Laura Lynn. Laura Lynn is from Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. What fabric line is the horse line? That's what I was looking at. I only saw it say, let me see. I only saw it says not intended for children's sleepwear. That's all that I see on here. That's it. Sherry, new material. It is so much fun. It's so much fun. So, you know what? I want to finish. Should I finish that off? I have so many projects going across here right now. It's mind-boggling. I still have all this binding to do for these baby quilts today. And so I'm home today until much later on. My appointment is one of the last appointments of the day. So it's actually pretty late in the evening. And so I'm going to work on the baby quilts today and wrapping some other things up. Yes, it's exciting. So I have to make a day where my mom and I can do, we want to do the giveaway or pass it forward. And I want to show you all the baby quilts that I have. I want to hopefully, well, I'm going to do the pictures of the Quilts of Valor. And then I will try to post those. But today I'm tired. So today is going to be a rest day for me. But you know, it's like a rainy day too. It's like I wish I had all this company yesterday. Now I wish I had company today. Just to kind of just sit around and sew some binding on. Oh my goodness. Yes, Anna. So if you feel like you want to take a ride, you're more than welcome to. But anyway, so with that said, let's go ahead and you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's work on something. And I'm going to pick something along my rail. And you know what we're going to work on? I know what we're going to work on. Because this is already cut, we're going to work on this. So, here we are. We're going to take that and we're going to discuss this. So what I'm working on now, what we're going to work on right now for a bit, is we are going to work on Project Dress-A-Girl. So you saw the two little dresses I made, and I have a little tee, and then I have this fabric for the little skirt and pocket. My mom, I think, is going to try to do that. You have a doctor's appointment today too? No problem. And so I think I'm going to work with that with my mom. And then I found a size small in the clearance of Dollar General was having a clearance of all their underwear and t-shirts, but this was the only size that was for kids. Bye, Mom.
Bye, everyone.
She's saying bye to everyone. She's leaving for the day. And they were, I don't know, I wouldn't say they were on super clearance, but they were on sale. And so here I have this little gray one. I have to find fabric to go with it. I have it, actually the fabric some of the fabric that was sent to me. And then this little navy blue one. So we're going to work, I'm not going to do that, but my mom and I will work on these. But I just wanted to show you, see, we're going to do these little dresses. Now, over here, this is the dress pattern. This came from LBG Studios, and it's called Pillowcase Dress Tutorial. That's what it's called. So LBG Studio Pillowcase Dress Tutorial. See if when I get off of here, I can find it and somehow link it. This was very helpful for me. I'm quilting today. This week we have sewn and quilted 6 baby and 2 couch. Wow, that's great. So this was the pattern, and I have that on. So now, let's see, because it's been a minute since I've done this. Okay, so I need a pocket. So I'm doing this as my pocket. And here we go. Now you're gonna see me do something other than a quilt here. So I am gonna go ahead. Sometimes I don't know, I can't keep it straight. I'm doing 3 different things right now. I'm doing the baby quilts for the HIE Heroes, the Project Dress-A-Girl, and Quilt of Valor. It's good to keep oneself busy, I guess. And we'll put that in. To do one. Hopefully it won't be. There's no sound. I can't hear you. Why can't you hear me? That's weird. No sound. No sound. I didn't do anything. I promise you I didn't do anything. Hold on. Can you hear me now? It just came back. Okay, good. You can hear me now? I know what it was. That's kind of funny. Oh, my mom is borrowing my car. And can you hear me before I start this? Are we good? Give me a thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. Yes or no? I don't even know if you hear me or not. Let's see. Top messages. I didn't even have all messages on. All messages. Thumbs up. Okay. I can hear you. I didn't get any of those messages. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So my mom just went and my phone connected to the car. That's why you couldn't hear me. I had to go in quickly and shut off my Bluetooth. Pretty sure that's what happened. Okay. So what didn't you hear? Did you hear about the pattern, where the pattern came from? Oh. So the pattern came from, let's see. The pattern came from LBG Studio. All right. LGB Studio. I'm going to try to do that. Then what I told you is I like to use pinking shears just because I find it easier than to clip all the little corners. And yes, it took me all day to make the one dress. Hopefully this doesn't take me all day. So I have the little pocket here. Everything is folded and I'm just pressing. And there's my little pocket. And if I like that side, I put that side. If I like this side, I like this. I kind of like that side. That side's cute. So we are going to trim any. And my pocket is done. And I set this aside. Pocket's done. So now I have, oh, this here is the tie. So I come in here with this, and I do I like to do all the accessory, all the like the other pieces besides the main body. Ooh, that's hot. And do that. So I will put this in half. And then put this in half again. And then I come in here. Now this is hot, so you got to give that a little bit. Hi, Deb. Good morning. And I fold this in and fold this in. And then when I do that, I try not to burn myself, but you know. It's awkward doing it like this because I normally do this on my big ironing board, but so I use that first press line as just like a guide of where this needs to be pressed. I'm sure you all probably do this multiple times, especially if you're a bag makers. I am not. One day I will because I won a bag kit and I want to make it. So it's for a project bag though. And I won that from Alicia's channel. There we are. Oh, this gets hot. I think it's the silver stuff because I don't think my other one gets this hot. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Here we are. Now I come in here, I go back into pressing it in half. I'm sure there may be an easier way. This is just what I found worked for me. And here we are, almost done. Now, what I need to do, what I didn't do and I should have, is opened up these ends. So I'm going to open up these ends, fold it in, and then fold again. Because I want to make sure all my raw edges are all captured into a seam. So there we go. So now I have this part. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sew this right in. And I back tack because I'm sewing garments. And I don't know, that was one of the things they showed us. Making binding. Hi, Anita. I am making kind of like for the dress, for the dresser girl. It's going to go through the top of the pillowcase dress. She's a tie for the dress. Hi, Barb. Yep. So we're going to come in and do that. Here we are. So we have that right here. So now we have our tie, we have our pocket, and now I'm going to come in here. Oops. I knew that tie was small. Okay, I did something wrong, but that's okay. We can fix it. I'm showing you my mistakes, okay? I thought that it looked like a small piece, but I was like, no, I pre-measured everything. It's okay, because this is what we're going to do. This was the other piece. It has to be, I don't remember how long. The pattern is at that website. And I will try to link that once I get off of here. That's okay. We're going to make another piece and call it a day. No need to fret. I make mistakes like everybody else. If I showed you everything went perfect, you wouldn't believe it. Because it doesn't happen. I think there's a reason why there's many books about swearing and sewing and sewing and swearing. I think those two go hand in hand some days. All right, so I'm coming in here. Here we are. It's going to be an easy fix. Really easy. Ouch. That was hot. All right. Here we are. I have to do this end. And we're going to, there we are. Okay, so we have to, I'm glad I saw that when I saw all the pieces. All right, so I'm going to just come in here. And I'm going to go on this end. And I'm going to take my little handy jack. And I'm just going to come in here and just unpick these couple of seams. Not bad for a lady who doesn't sew many dresses, but this is a learning thing for me too. So I'm going to come in here and open this up just a little bit, just enough so that I could sneak this in there. There we are. Let me get that. Okay, so we have this open. And I'm going to come in here with this piece. You see, I have to think about this. Okay, this goes this way. This goes this way. So now I'm just going to sew this all together. That should have been the first step, is they have you cut one continuous piece, but I didn't have, you can't, because it's longer than 42 inches. I think it's 68, but I don't really recall. So just going to open that up. And you know, it's being a little fussy, but hey, put a little pin there. And there we go. It's important that I have the length I need for this. So that's why we are fixing this. There we are. Now everything goes right back in. And I'm going to come in here and sew. Make sure any of your loose threads. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to back tack right in this spot where it's joined. But there you go. We're back. We're back with cooking here. Sewing. Now it's the correct length. See? No biggie. We've got it now. Now let's make sure we don't have any extra pieces anywhere else. Let's see. Hi, Andrea. Oops, view message. Here, show. So we have, message was, why? I said show. All right, any messages that are being held for review, I'm putting in show. I think she said a tie for a dress. That's where I've been pumping out many zippered pouches. Hi, Andrea, especially when you keep poking yourself with pins and needles. I can't wait until Saturday. My new dress form is supposed to be here. Oh, that's exciting. Heading to work. Have a great day, Jessica. Dressmaking was my life before quilting took over. So I'm very new to this. I do both. I have meeting with a young lady and her mom for a prom dress discussion. That's fabulous. No, I'm lucky that I could get this done. And as you can see, this is my third dress I've ever made. And so it's not too bad, but you see it is nice now and long. And I did fix it. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a deal breaker. So now I have my dress. Now the pattern could be just a single dress, excuse me, my nose is itchy, with no like bottom, like it could just be a full length of just this fabric. But I wanted the accent. So it gives you, let me get the pattern here. See, it gives you a contrast band piece. And on here, it'll show you cut the whole thing if you just want one color. But if you want to add a band, you would cut it here because this is where the band would go. So now we need to do that. Now this is a French seam that I can do. I agree on a price design may record it and posting it. Yeah. So here we are. We have this. Now let me try to remember what I did last time. Okay, so I'm taking my band bottom, which I will say I didn't cut this quite right. It's a tossed fabric, so I think it just is how it rolled. The dice rolled when I cut out this band. That other dress, the doggies went right. The other dress, the doggies went sideways. This time the doggies, some of them are sideways and some are upside down, but it is what it is. So now I have wrong sides together. In this case, right, because I have this little thing, and then this is the band. So what I am doing here is I'm doing wrong sides together so that the right sides are facing out. So for me, the right sides, again, are facing out. And I pin a little with this because I want this a little bit more manageable for me. So I come in here and I did this. Okay, so I did this and then I took this again and I have to line it up to kind of remind myself how this goes there. And then I pull it up so that the wrong sides are together, but the right sides are out. And then I line this bottom up to where it needs to be lined up. Believe it or not, the band is a little shorter on this side. That's okay. And I'll show you what I mean. I don't know if they're like, see how this here, but it's equally here. I promise you it works. At first I thought I was doing something wrong, and that's why it was taking me time. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch here, or shy of a 1/4 inch. And again, you all might have an easier way of doing this than I do, because remember, this is my third dress. I watched a lot of YouTubies, put it that way, and then I read a lot of, old-fashioned blog tutorials. Okay, so that's what I did there. Bye, Pat. Hope you have a wonderful day too. I can agree on a piece and a design. I may record making it and posting it. Oh, I can agree on a piece of design. I may record making it and posting it. No need to get too picky with the juniors dressmakers. We all have to learn how to do. Yes, and I am. This is a good introduction. I did take a sewing class. I just wasn't very successful with garment sewing. All right, so now I press this. Right? Am I doing this right? Yes, I press this. I pressed this towards the band the last time I did this. Okay. And then I came in here and I pressed this carefully on the seam where I made this seam. I think people don't press this part open. So I come in here like that. And I take my time and I pressed. There might be an easier way to do this. Again, I had my big ironing. I don't want to get up out of my chair. I'm tired today. I'm really tired today. I'm tired, but I'm awake, if that makes any sense. I'm lazy. Maybe that's it. Like my body's lazy. It just wants to sit, which is fine because I have no problem sitting and sewing. Okay, so I press that. So it looks like that, where now right sides are together. And then I go ahead and I do the other one as well. I'm not going to do ever another reversible one because I don't think I was successful with the first time I did that reversible dress. I feel more comfortable working on the French seams than I am the reversible. I thought the reversible dress was going to make it easier on me to put it together. And either I'm doing something wrong because I can't figure it out that well. But right now I'm finding this is easier for me. Okay, here we are. So now I have that. And we're going to come in here. And then I put this onto my middle. I put the needle to the middle. And then I just sew. And then it cases it all. Let's run this one through. Here we are. Aisha, hello. Sarah, hello. Welcome to the chat. I sometimes do French seams to tote bags, especially with fabric that frays. Yes. Well, these, I think one of the requirements are you have to serge it or zigzag it, but you have to finish the seams. All right. So now when it comes to this, I actually press this because this is light and I didn't want to see that like shade, that shadow. I press towards the red on this. And then I went ahead and pressed the seam this way. And you could see that you don't see the original seam and back here. Now, some people leave this like this, flying like this. I didn't care for that. So I actually finished that off. That's not a requirement, but I do it. I like that. It gave me a nicer finish. I could keep the white, or I use the red thread for the other dress. I'm just going to go with the white. So now I come in here, and you know what? I am going to change this out because this is about ready to go out. So let me change it out. Let me not be lazy because I have it. It's set. And do that as well. Put this aside. Put this one. All right, so we have it. Bring up my bobbin, and we're set. So now I come in here. My chair makes all kinds of noise. And I have too many things on here. I come in here and I go ahead. Now you can do it either way. You can do it this way so you could see more and line up things of where you want it. I just kind of come here to the end and I start and back tack. Again, this is how I am not a seamstress. If you're just coming on right now, just know I am not a dressmaker. This is my third dress for Project Dress-A-Girl. And then I'm going to take this one and do the same thing. This way, when they launder the dress, you know, sometimes things get a little wacky. At least this is, I feel like it's down. I feel like that would be annoying if that band was constantly flapping and rubbing my leg or something. I don't know. Let's see. Hi, Joydie. So that's my spiel on that. Okay, so I have that. Look, it's there. It's down, so now it's not rubbing on anyone's leg. So, to finish this, I saw something that was pretty kind of cool. And because I've watched so many YouTube tutorials, they use bias binding. And I have some, but that doesn't match the dress. And then I saw this lady do this thing. And she snipped all, like, she made a stitch and she snipped them all. I actually ended up using my pinking shears. And I just kind of go in here and, yes, burn my fingers a little. It really does just fold onto itself. And she said that she made for Project Dress-A-Girl too, that you can use best press, because she's also a quilter, and to keep things really pressed down. But look at that. It just curved on its own and made a really nice curve. So you come in a second time, and then that closes in that seam without using bias tape. And then we will sew that down. But it does make a nice clean edge, and I liked it. See, I love the things you can find on YouTube. Is just amazing just to watch everyone's different way of doing things. I want to say that was the Crafty Gemini, maybe? The Crafty Gemini. I feel like that's who I came across. So I took her idea of armholes and how she tackled them. And I found that, for me, more successful than the bias tape. That's just me. So now the only difference I did from mine to hers is, again, she went ahead and cut this with like a straight scissor or something, and then she snipped all the way around. I just went and used my pinking shears. Then I don't have to worry about like nicking the fabric or anything. I want to say I'm going like 1/8 of an inch in. it just automatically does it. It really does. If you use the pinking shears, when I tried to do this using the straight, it wasn't as easy. It was a little bit more fussy. I think the pinking shears made the difference. And I remember being taught the pinking shears thing in garment class. All right. So I want to say I went 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. So now I come in here. Again, this is what's successful for me. Someone's probably saying it's so much easier with bias tape. You see, everybody has their own. I don't even know where to start with the bias tape, honestly. All right, I need to lift this up. It's sliding just a little. That's why this is. Okay, so I come here to the edge and I just kind of sew and tack. Well, it's not tacking it down. You're kind of sewing on. If you're used to sewing on a curve, kind of. It's the same kind of concept if you're sewing a quilt on a curve. I think that's the hardest part of this whole thing, is doing these little armholes. Now, my mom says she makes a pillowcase dress without a pattern, and that she was going to show me, and it doesn't use these armhole things that I'm doing right now. She says it's something about a V-slit. I don't know. So I guess we'll have to figure that out. She'll have to show me that. And then we're going to go to the next one. Here we are. Now I have to. Here we are. I want to make sure that's not going in. I caught everything. That's good. All right, now we're going to go to the other side. So I have these. So I have these two. These two are done. I just have one more armhole and then we are good. Let's see. Let's see. I've missed a lot. Hope they come fast if it's hot out, Melanie. A super narrow double hem. Is that what it's called? Okay. Used to watch her. I lived 3 days in Western Australia summer. Weather suddenly arrived. I know that channel too. I hate to use bias tape, but now I enjoy binding. Go figure. A V-slit might be like a dropped shoulder nose sleeve. Oh, okay. Hi, Gail. Welcome. So I don't know anything about it because I'm not a garment sewer, but my mom's like, yeah, I'm not doing armholes. I was like, okay. Right, her time frame, she used to, I guess, sew your own clothes back in the 50s, right? So, and again, my grandmother was a garment sewer, so I'm sure my grandmother taught my mom. My grandmother just, I just watched her. She inspired me to sew. She didn't know anything about quilting. I taught her quilting, which is funny. Okay, so here we go. I have this done, and I think it's nice and clean, and I don't now have to figure out how to use that bias tape. So now I'm coming in here, and I'm just cutting off all the little threads that I find, because this really is the final situation is happening right now. I don't know who's up here. So here we are. Okay. So we have these two pieces, and we are going to put them wrong sides together. So, no, we're not. Wrong. That's not right. Wait. Wrong. No, because I have to do the casing for these. I told you the wrong thing. Okay. That's right. I do the casings. I had to remember exactly what I was doing. So now that I have this done, now we're going to do the casing to put this in. Ready? Here we go. We're going to figure this out. So I have a doohickey that looks like, where is it? Oh, here. It's over here. I have something that looks like this. And I come in here. I'm going to use this, okay? I come in here, get myself together. This is what I figured. So I come in and move this to about 1/4. And I find my 1/4 inch. And I kind of can eyeball a 1/4 inch on my own. And it's not a scant 1/4 inch. I'll say a generous 1/4 inch. And I just kind of come in here and put my first little press. And then this here, remove this, measures, this measures about, we're going to say 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go whole nother inch and about 1 1/8 inches is what I think I figured, and it worked out good. So this actually holds on to the fabric, believe it or not, so that I can start pressing. But before I do that, I want to make sure that this is going, yep, this is going to go through and I have enough. Perfect. So I'm going to put my first press, press that there. And then I come in with this. I am at this point, I kind of am a little meticulous. Okay, and then that's there. So I have that. It's easier to do all this on here now before I put the dress completely together. That is why I have done that. And I'm going to come in here, put this on my center so I could see. And I go really, really close to the edge, like really close. And I back tack. I do all the stuff one's supposed to do with garment sewing. I can't believe I'm getting this done. I can't believe this is my 3rd dress. I'm so excited with this hem measure doohickey. Yeah, I don't know. It is. I use a large clips nowadays. Used to pin like crazy. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. So I have one thing. We're ready. And then now I'm going to do the next one. And I'm going to come in here and I do the generous 1/4 inch. You can come here and kind of see that it's a 1/4 inch. I think as quilters, we all really know what a generous 1/4 inch, a scant 1/4 inch is, and a 1/4 inch after a while. All right, there we are. And now, whoo, that was hot. Hot to trot. I'm going to come in here again with this little doohickey and press that. So how many of us are making these dresses? I see a lot going on with content creators. Are you out there all making these dresses as well? I mean, this is new to me. I've never done this before. I've always wanted to do it. There we are. The next thing I'm going to do is install the pocket before I sew the sides together. So I'm going to come in here. There we are. All right, so now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what is going to be my front of my dress? Which one do I like the best? And I kind of like this the best, so we'll go with this as the front. And I am going to take my pocket, and my pocket here has a little hole somewhere. Where did it go? It's so well done. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now my pocket needs to be super cute. So I am going to close up the area where that is, and I'm going to go super close to it. Come on. It doesn't like me too much. There it goes. There it is. It's going to feed all the way. So I'm going to go across, and then I'm going to go down a little bit. I don't think you have to do this. I think I just saw some content creators do that, and they went in, I don't know, about an inch down, and then they went across again, and then they put this, like, I don't know, I guess this is more for decoration, but I kind of liked it, so I went with it. So it has like a little thing like that. I'm gonna have to cut these. And now I'm gonna figure out where to put my pocket. So here is this. I'm gonna say we'll put the pocket. That looks good. We'll put the pocket there. Okay. Maybe down a little bit further down. There we are. So now I'm gonna come in here and sew down my pocket, leaving this part open. So I'm going to come here and back tack, and I'm going to back tack a bunch of times because, you know, at the pocket, you're going to stick stuff in there and you don't want to tear at it too much. And I go slow. And at the bottom, and I want to put that there. And again. I try to go over that same line that I started, so it's not. So I really back tacked there because I figure a little girl's gonna have her little hands in there quite a bit with all her little trinkets. So here's the little pocket. Gotta go and run errands, no problem. Hola, Johnny, ¿cómo está? Okay. So we are all set. So now I have my two pieces here, and we are going to do wrong sides together, and I'm going to cut any loose thread I see, because I see some where I started. Wrong sides together, so I have right sides together, right? And then I come in here, and I am going to go where this hem is. See where this hem is? And I want to make sure that is matching there. So I will pop a pin there, and I'm going to pop a pin everywhere else going across. And up. And then I'm going to put this on this side. And the same thing, I'm going to come over here. Now this has a little like tab. I just kind of angle it, cut it off. But I do find where these meet here. There we are. And I pop a pin there, and then I come over to the end. I come here to the armholes, make sure those are right. And they are. All right, so here we are. We have everything placed. Now I'm going to come in here 1/4 of an inch. Just a scant 1/4 of an inch, kind of. And if things look a little like fuzzy in spots, you know, just kind of blend it on in. It's all going to be hidden anyway. Hello, Marlene. Good morning. And we're going to come over on this end, over here where my armholes are. You want to make sure you get those in. I will be renaming this project Dress a Girl because I didn't expect that I was going to be making this. I'm going to come in here and cut this. I just put the pin back in there. I'm trying to shave it so that it's kind of, oops. I did notice that it gives you these little wings. I call them the wings. All right, so we have this. Now here's the fun part. We're going to pull this. It's looking like a dress now, isn't it? We are going to pull this, and I come in here with my board again. And now I just kind of pull and, I don't know, pull, tug, whatever you want to call it, so that I can get the seam pulled out. And this does take some patience. I will say that this takes a little bit of patience. But you just come in here. And you just kind of make sure that you can pull this out like that. And there we are. We have that side. And now we're going to come on this side and do the same. I've been wanting to finish this third dress because it's been sitting there staring at me. So I'm glad that I'm getting to do this on a live. Maybe it'll inspire you guys, if you haven't tried one of these, to make one, even if you wanted to make one for your grandchild. There it is. So now I've pressed that, and I'm going to change my needle position again on here. And here we go. And then I do the other side. Hi, Mona. How are you? I'm fussy about placement of pockets on bags. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of wing-dinged it. Leanna, do you add extra width to the dress pattern in order to do the French seams? Well, I didn't. I probably should have. I figured, well, this is like a smaller dress instead of the size that's on there. It's a little bit, you know. Uh-oh, this part here is a little, it's a lot of bulk at the bottom. I don't know how to get rid of that. There we go. You can. I mean, I will tell you, I cut it generously on the outside, knowing I was doing French seam. So I guess the answer is yes. But, you know, it's just maybe a little smaller than one would. Now, here, remember I talked about this flapping? I did come in here and I sewed this down because I just felt like it needed to, because if not, then these things on the side, I have an issue with things rubbing on my skin. It drives me nuts. So for me, I went ahead and I did like come in here. Well, here's the dress. Okay. Here's the dress. And then you just run. I'll show you how I run that other thing up here. Right. And we still have to hem it. Okay. We still have to hem the dress. But I did come in here. I don't remember how I did it, but I did do it on that other one. I kind of found, and I don't know if this is a right thing to do, but I know if it was my dress, I would not want all that rubbing against my skin. I just know I wouldn't want it. So I sewed it down. So the garment sewers that are on here, you tell me if this is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But this is what I did, and I did it based on, I guess, my feelings of my sensitivities I have on my body. But I tacked all this stuff down because I really cannot stand stuff being on my skin like that. So let's see what you all have to say with that. I would think so, because most dress patterns allow, yeah, I wouldn't think so. Well, that's what I figured. I mean, I wasn't quite on the line. I know it was a little bit over the line, but because I was sewing with 1/4 inch and then so what is the thoughts of that? Are all the rage? So I don't know. So that's what I did. I sewed this down. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but I did do it because I think it would bother my skin. I just, like I said. So I went ahead and did it. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe most people don't. I don't know, because I'm not a garment sewer. So I actually would like to know the real thing. Everyone who I've seen make these dresses, I've never seen anybody sew this French seam down, but I did. Now there's a lot of bulk where that bottom French seam is for the band, so I actually do cut off there and then go as close as I can. You'd want to finish the seams to keep them from fraying when rubbing against the body. Right. Right, that's why I did all the French seams, but I didn't see anybody tack these French seams down. And for me, that would be a problem if I was wearing this dress. So I went ahead and I sewed that all the way down. And now comes the hem part, and then we have to just do the top. So here we are. We have the pockets. We have the French seam. Everything is encased. Now I'm going to come in here and encase this. And again, you can use your little doohickey, which is this, because I don't know what it's called. This little thing here, and do it. You do how you would like. I just kind of come in here and go in about 1/2 inch, and I put this marker on 1/2 inch, and so I've done that, where I've done this here and started, and I just kind of eyeball it from there. And I do check every so often, so that's a 1/2 inch. You probably could go with a 1/4 inch. You know, I'm going to wrap this around this. I think it'll make it easier. Yeah, look at that. That makes it a whole lot easier. If there's an easier way to doing this, you guys let me know. I am making, again, I am just, this is being self-taught here, self-taught method. And there it is. Let me measure just to double check, and we're good. So now I have that back out. Now I, again, just went ahead. I didn't do a big hem. I just did a little one because I figured they can grow, it can grow with them. So I'm just, again, coming in and just kind of all of a sudden I'm getting very hot. Whew. Fuego is coming on. Nothing like some hot flashes and sewing with an iron. Whew. This is killing me. I want to strip off this robe right now. But that's a different channel, so we won't be doing that. So, oh my goodness. I don't know what just happened, but I feel like all right. I feel like I want to walk into an ice cold chest freezer or something right now. Whoa. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I've been tempted to top stitch. Official name, the doohickey, is a seam gauge. There we go, seam gauge. Oh my goodness. Oh, I saw a garment sewer prior to quilting, so it took me a minute to do that 1/4 inch. I would probably draft my own pattern because I will cheat. I'm sure there's a cheating way of this. But right now, Lord help me. Okay, so we're going to come in. I'm going to just sew this last seam, and then I'll show you kind of what I do to fish that little line across. And we're going to try not to sew this. So the seam gauge is the doohickey. The doohickey is the seam gauge thing. Well, see, I took this pattern and attempted to make it a reversible. And you all saw how that turned out. I mean, it's still cute. As someone says, I just gave the wearer 4 different ways to use it instead of just 2 different ways to use it. And like someone said to me, I could pull the pocket off and restitch it. All right, we have this. This is done. Now we're going to fish the line through. Here we are. And we have this done. So now we have this dress done. The insides, everything has a French seam and is down. I will take this. And believe it or not, I did this and it worked. So and then I just started doing it because it's right here. I just took a clip like this. Let's see if it works today. And clipped it on there. And then I fished this through. It does. Here's the clip, okay? And then, oh, here it is. Then I have one of these doohickeys, another doohickey thing I have. And you see how's that little end thing? I stuck that in, and it just kind of pushed the clip right through. See? And then I come here and I take the same, oh, there's another. And I stuck that in here. Okay, I want to make sure nothing is going to twist. So I take that. I stuck that right in there. Use my little other doohickey. If this one is, oops, this one's called a quilter's ruler. It's by Betty Cole, Quick QTR-2. That's what this is. This doohickey. What is wrong? Let me put it this way. Okay, yeah. It just kind of holds that clip right in and lets it go. And then I just pull the clip. My seat is making all those noises, just letting you know. Those who follow me know that I have a squeaky chair. And nothing, I'm just making sure nothing is like that. It's good. And flat, there we are. And then this comes here like this. Okay, so this isn't quite right. So I just pull this and then I pull. It takes a moment, you know, you have to get it to align right. There we are. Take my little clip off. And we have our little dress. So we just made this on a live with the French seams. Third dress in. Maybe by the time I have grandbabies, I will be, which won't be for a very long time, I will be perfect at it. I'll be an expert at it by that time. Okay, so I'm going to read some comments real quick. And good morning, Anita. I missed, I'm sorry, Myra. Good morning, Myra. I could draft my own dress. Let's see, we left from there. Yes, Anita's from Western Australia. I did custom sewing and alterations when my kids were little so I could stay home with them and still had an income. Wow, that's great. How many kids are grown? I let the sewer take over. I use Steam a Seam 2/4 inch double-sided tape. I have that. They sent me that too. Okay. For the first fold, it's a game changer for straight hems. That's good to know. I have some of that actually. So I will use that on the next one. Hi, Gina. Look at Gina. Gina's up. That's a cute dress. Well, I'll tell you what. I think you have mastered it, Leanna. You've gotten better since the first one. I'll show you the other ones. So, yes, I see more calmer. So here is this one. It's so cute. Let me show you the other two. And then I'm going to rub something in Dina's face. Oh, boy. I'm so bad. So here is, this was my first attempt of making one. So here's my first one. And I did the little French seams. That's my first one. And then this was my attempt to do the reversible. Because, you know, I thought, hey, this is going to be easier, right? Hi, Sheila. So this is the other one. Hi, Denise. Oh, thank you. So look at this. So we have the front. So now I showed this to the family. I said, go, Leanna, I know it's a reversible, but now you got 4 dresses in one. So we have this side of the dress with a cute pocket. So this side should have matched the back side, but it didn't, because now we got this side with a pocket, and this side should have been inside here. But oh well, I will not try to attempt to do this again. So now when you have it inside, we again have beautiful dress this way, no pocket, and dress this way, no pocket. Oh, well, it's cute. It's got its own little charm. But yeah, that was my attempt to try to make this pattern into a reversible one. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. I'm not sure if I want to try it again. So we have these 3 lovely dresses. I have those 3 t-shirts that we're going to make into a dress. And Gina, I have to show you. So Gina knows that Jennifer Long is her thing and my thing. And I did not have Grandma's, what is it? Grandma's House We Go. What is it called? Yeah, To Grandma's House by Jennifer Long. I've got my first pieces of this. Isn't this so cool? So now I've got to find the red to go with this, because I know there's a red for the Red Riding Hood. But I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I'm going to be talking about this fabric because this has been on my list of things, and I have some now. So, and with that said, I have a bodkin for castings. What's a bodkin? I don't know what that is. It is, Johnny. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind reversible dresses. Hey, you know, they said at least you gave her 4 different ways she can wear this dress and not be bored of the same dress. I may try it one more time. I may try to do it one more time. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Looks like a 1/2 inch with a 1/4 inch marking. Oh, okay. I learned something new. That is some of my favorite fabric, and I can't wait for the Mary Poppins fabric. Yes. So I was excited because, you know, I have some of her other fabric, but I did not have To Grandma's House We Go. So I was happy to get those 3. And now I want to do something with it. When they wear it inside out, they have hidden pockets. That's what I thought. I said, well, when they have outdoor pockets, but then it's like Puerto Rican underwear. You got the pockets inside hidden. So I know I have to do a live on the whole Puerto Rican underwear thing. I was somewhere on someone else's live and said, Leanna, you have to for fun have the Puerto Rican underwear show and tell. Not on me. I won't be showing it on me, but maybe I'll hold up some drawers. Oh my gosh, Puerto Rican underwear is hysterical. There are hidden pockets in underwear. And when I first went there, my grandmother, I don't know, we were going shopping, and then I look at it and go, why is there pockets? And some have zippers and some have like little, and they put like little bows there. And the lady was, the ladies are like, it just hasn't come out of fashion here. These are underwear from like the 50s, okay? And they look like they're from the 50s, but they do not come out. I don't even know where they buy them, where they still can buy them. But they have pockets and zippers, and so women back in the day didn't have the pockets in your skirts and stuff, and they would have to put their money and their lipstick somewhere. So if you had a skirt, you could just put your hand in there and you had pockets in your underwear. And she says they're very popular with the not so young crowd who go to the casinos all the time, because that's where they put their casino money. I was dying of laughter. I was one of the best shopping adventures I ever went. This, no volume again. This must have been, oh, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. Is asking if you have labels that go on the pockets. No. So the labels can go on here or the pockets. I'm still waiting on them. Yes, that is why I asked. I had some left from last year. I'll put them in the mail for, oh, well, that will be great. Thank you. Hi, Angelica. I think it's 12 years now. Oh, my daughter's on. Angelica's on. Wouldn't zippers hurt in underwear? Not really. Well, it's not. It's Gina. The zippers are in the front. My daughter knows because she was on the outing. No, you can go into the Agua Dia Mall. Okay, you can go into the Agua Dia Mall, and when you go in, there's a new shop. And to your left, they sell undergarments. Now, that's not where we got the whole underwear, like, eye-opening situation that was in town in a little old mom and pop shop town. No, it's on the outside of the underwear. Yeah, on the outside, not on the inside. But anyway, Agua Dia Mall opened up this sculpture place. So you can go in and they will sculpt your body the way you want to look. And you can leave there looking how you want without any surgery. It's hysterical. Yes. It's um it's basically plastic surgery without plastic surgery. And I crack up every time I pass that shop to go into doing my errands. I crack up because I think to myself, imagine a young lady going in there and she's single. And now she's bought everything for the bavoom and then the bavoom back here and then the corset to make it bavoom this way. And we're going to say she got married, okay? And then her husband has been dating her looking like this. And then on the wedding night, she starts taking everything off and she looks like this. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the concept of it, but I guess there's a concept of it. Oh my gosh. It is kind of very funny. Here, my daughter says they are great for going out, college, or clubbing. I also wear them to weddings. I mean, yes, my doctor thinks they're hysterical. My acupuncturist. Uh yeah, except for you can't be dating in like this all this spandex and extra stuff. So it was asked that I bring out because I bought it just for kicks. I do wear the ones with the pockets, but the other stuff I did buy a pair of these underwear because it was just so hysterical. My daughter and I just couldn't get over it. But you can buy these booty underwear and they have different butt size pillows to put on the back so that you can change them on the width so you could have a Brazilian. It's hysterical, Gina. It's everybody on here. I highly recommend if you go to Puerto Rico, go into a store called Capri where they have some of this underwear. And then the sculpture place, I don't know what that place is called. I just always crack up because they have the dummy frames on there, like the sewing dummy frames, and they have all their garments on there, and they have all different sizes and different body looks, and it's just hysterical. It's just hysterical. Oh my God. Yeah. But anyway, it's a funny story, but yeah. I have fun. I have fun when I go to Puerto Rico because there's just so many things that you can get yourself into if you wanted to. You could look like a movie star without having any plastic surgery. Oh, and the good news is if you ever fell, you'd have a lot of cushion and it'd be no problem because you'd probably boing if you fell. I mean, just saying. So anyway, and with that said, with my crazy stories, because I have to always finish with some crazy whacked out stories. And with that said, I will be ending this live. Everyone, if you wouldn't mind on your way out giving me the thumbs up. Sometimes, yes, I'm a little inappropriate, but sometimes we just have to have a good laugh for the day. So everyone, take care of yourself, pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. See you all soon. Bye.